It is now time for Ring the Bell Radio, a wrestling podcast.
It's the most erotic thing I've ever seen.
Hello, everybody. JD here, which means you're listening to Ring the Bell Radio, a wrestling podcast. King Logan is here with me, but before we figure out where the hell is Barris? Good Lord.
I don't know. I tried calling him earlier on, and he picked up, but it was just so loud I couldn't hear what was going on.
All right. Well, see if you can get him on the phone there, Logan. Okay,
Right.
while I finish the introduction here. But in the meantime, I think we should try tonight to all speak like King Logan. Isn't that cool?
I will kill you. No.
You want to think about that for a minute?
No, you know what? This weekend, I went to go to a restaurant. My wife and I ordered something. I was driving home. So I'm like, I'll just pick it up. Like, okay. So she orders it. I go to the restaurant. I go inside. This chick comes up. Like, yeah, pick up for me. Then she hears the accent.
Uh-oh. She immediately laying on the floor, melting away.
No, it was now 5 minutes of her telling me about her friend who lives in England. And then this was all done in the English accent, by the way. And it was like this. It was like, yeah, my friend, he got over England. It was so bad. By the end of like the whole bit where there's a pause, where people usually like, oh, it's cute, it's funny. I literally stone-faced.
Wow.
Boom. Just like that.
Wow.
Yeah. I ain't laughing at your joke. That's insulting. I don't mind. This either works two ways, okay? You do it so good, you impress me, or you do it so bad that it makes me laugh. Anywhere in between those is a no-go zone. Okay? No-go zone. Okay,
a no-go zone.
If you want to get, I'll tell you what, I will judge you, listeners out there. If you want, do us a sound clippy thing and put it on the X or the TikToks or the Instagrams, and I will rate you, okay, out of 10. Where your accent falls on the list.
That's a fantastic idea.
And then you'll win something if I pick the best one. Well, I don't know what it is. We got autographs.
We'll find out something.
We'll find something cool for you. So get on it, mate. I expect everybody put it in. I want to hear them all. You've got until the end of April. How about that? There you go.
That works.
Yeah.
So,
oh wait, hold on.
Did you get Barris?
Yeah, he's on now. Hold on.
Oh, I was going to say let me finish introducing everything, and then we'll put the DJ on.
All right. Well,
okay.
Hurry up. So you've got me on hold at the moment.
Yeah, but so okay. You know what? Heck with it. Let's talk to him, and then you could introduce yourself there, King. Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Okay. Yeah.
DJ.
Hello.
Where are you at,
bro?
I'm in Philly.
I'll take this one, Logan. DJ, why are you in Philly?
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. Why are you in Philly?
Okay, I don't know if you know this. We're on a wrestling podcast, right?
Yes.
Wrestlemania? Across the street? I just got dropped off. Thanks, ladies. Thanks for the ride. Good luck in your swimsuit competition.
So you're saying you're in Philadelphia right now as we speak.
Just got dropped off.
Just got dropped off there. It's
Yep.
at the venue, at the arena, stadium, whatever.
Stadium, yeah.
To see WrestleMania 40.
Yep, I'm gonna be there. Because they canceled night 1. No one was here last night. That was weird.
Okay. So what I want you to do, DJ, is look around. Do you see a lot of people there?
Not as many as I thought. I mean,
Okay.
I thought they said you're gonna get maybe 5,000 people for this thing, and there's nowhere near that.
Okay. Do you see any banners or anything that says WWE or WrestleMania or anything like that?
Yeah, over on the ground over there, actually.
There was one on the
okay.
ground. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you see any vendors, anyone walking around trying to sell anything WrestleMania?
No, some guys selling some bootleg Adidas shirts.
Okay.
Adidas. Well, I don't know what that is.
Do you hear anything coming from the
yeah,
stadium?
you.
Okay.
Oh, from stadium. Okay.
From stadium. No. Okay.
No.
I tend to believe.
Is there a dome?
Logan, do you want to tell them or should I?
Oh, please go ahead.
Okay. DJ?
Yo. Am I at the wrong venue?
WrestleMania already happened, DJ.
Wait, what?
Barris, WrestleMania already happened.
No, there's no one here last night. Because I was at the wrong venue. So
No.
night 1 happened, and night 2 should be started already.
WrestleMania already happened. Okay.
When?
It was what is today's date?
14th?
Do you know today's date is? Today's the 14th. Okay.
Okay, I had that right.
Which would make yesterday the 13th.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 40 was on April 6th and April 7th.
Of what year?
This year. You missed it, Rabbi. You missed it. I'm sorry, DJ. We're going to get sued already, but you missed it.
Oh, my ticket says today. The 7th, 8th.
Today's the 14th.
Oh.
Today is April 14th. You missed it. Yes, that's what I was trying to tell you. You missed it. You weren't there. Or when it happened.
Wonder if those girls got that far away that I could get another ride with them. Oh, man.
Either way, you're in Philadelphia where nothing is happening. It's just another normal Sunday evening.
No, not at all. I'm in Philly. It's definitely different. Popping.
Yeah, but there's no WrestleMania. You missed it.
DJ.
I could DJ somewhere and just make it a freaking wrestling party. It'll be all wrestling theme songs and shots.
DJ.
Yo,
I'm gonna be straight up honest. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you, brother.
Okay, Paul Abdul straight up.
He's lying to you. Mania is on right now.
Oh, okay? I knew you guys were messing with me.
I'm sorry.
You got to get inside that venue, man. Because if you're running a little late here, man.
Why did you have to tell him,
man?
Come on.
Remember,
there's a little bit of a wedge over there by that door. I'm gonna go and get in there.
Remember, if you run into security guards, they're doing a thing this year where they're actually wrestlers. You're meant to try and take them down. It has more that you can take down, the more money you win at the end of the night.
Oh, they're working. Okay, so they're part of it.
Yeah, they're all part of it, man.
You want to try to find your way in.
Now the cameras are hidden. Okay, so they're going to continue acting. Okay, they're going to keep their roles going. So whatever you do, be part of it. Be in the moment with them. Okay.
They didn't hire that giant lady who took out Grunk that one Mania, did they?
No.
Okay, because I heard she was going to be at Mania because she's like the final boss or something.
Yeah,
and everyone was told for this WrestleMania that they have to be really quiet. So that's why you really don't hear
because it's in Philadelphia, like neighborhood. They messed up with the zoning and stuff, and there's noise pollution. So
yeah.
Can't
be kind of like Mr. Smalls in Millville.
That's it, man.
Sure.
Yeah. And if it seems dark in there, they're trying to keep the electricity bill down. You know, climate change and all that. So
all those EVs are eating all the power grids up.
Tell you, what are they going to do?
Yeah. So the other thing you got to do is when you find those security guards that are actually wrestlers, you got to lumberjack them. Okay, you got to lumberjack
them like that.
Yeah, you got to lumberjack them. So they'll be. You have to chop them down.
Okay, well, just find a kendo stick or a 2x4.
Right,
Duncan
dude, you
should
need
be
to
around here somewhere.
Dude, you need to get going.
Hurry up.
Alright.
You're running. The first match is
All right,
literally.
all
We
right.
just watched the end of the first match. Come on.
Yes, it already happened.
Okay.
Hurry up.
All right. Well, all right. I'm out. All right, guys. Let's do this.
What a tweed. He's going to be real disappointed there, Logan.
Oh, it's going to be great because
This is going to be great.
It's going to be on the news tomorrow.
You know he's going to get arrested. I mean, what?
When doesn't he? So
He's going to get arrested. No. Here's what's going to happen. There's not even going to be a problem with him trying to break into the building. What happens is he's going to end up scratching himself, and then his leg will balloon up, and then he's going to be in hospital for like a week and a half.
No, this is what's going to happen. He's going to tackle like 12 security guards, beat the crap out of them. Somehow this footage is going to get out. Triple H is going to see it, invite him to a Mania event, and then he basically turns into a running star. And
Bastion Booger.
Yeah,
it's the resurrection of Bastion Booger.
Done. That's it. And then one day he scrapes himself in the locker room and career over, man. Career over.
Say he scrapes himself in the locker room. What does he scrape himself on?
Yeah, I don't know, but whatever it did, it ended his career. So there you go. Go on, do the rest of the show. I've been like,
you're making me go, what the heck?
We got on for like 10 minutes. And let's go with the show. Come on.
Oh, man, I don't know about that boy.
He's
He's in for a disappointing evening.
Speaking of WrestleMania.
Yeah. WrestleMania. Yes.
Yeah, I want to do a proper thing for WrestleMania, but I don't want us to like have to break it up into like 8 different parts.
No.
So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick 2 or 3 matches that I thought were the most impressive and just kind of talk about those.
Yeah.
And then what I think I may do is if I get the time this week, I might just do a commentary on Mania. I'll watch it, stick the mic on, and I'll just do my commentary on it, and then maybe we can throw it up, and the listeners can listen to it and see what they think.
Okay.
So yeah,
hey, that sounds good, listener. Hear that, audience? You just heard us talk about our run sheet.
Ooh,
that's a little. Hey, we pulled back the curtain right there for the listeners. Just a little, just a touch. You got a little taste, but that's all you're getting. Okay, we pulled back the curtain just a little, but that's all. You know that was like that. What was that commercial where the guy was with the fishing pole and the dollar bill, and he's like, "Oh, you almost got it."
Yep,
almost got it. Yeah. So yeah, I agree. Let's talk about a couple things from this Mania. As you know, I only got to see night 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Night 1, me and you watched it. And then night 2, I had every intention on coming over, but it was a busy day and I just didn't feel like going out anywhere. And then by the time I realized WrestleMania was happening, it was almost over because I forgot to put it on the TV. Well, actually, I'll tell you what happened is Mania I knew was coming up. I even told you, I was like, oh, I might be over. And then I didn't come over, obviously. And then I had something to eat. And then the wife goes, we ended up watching The Crown.
There you go.
A little more of The Crown. And we watched 2-3 episodes of that. And then when I realized, oh man, there was Mania was on, it was getting close to being over. So you're going to have to fill me in with WrestleMania Night 2.
Okay, so let's run through the start of how this happened. I actually thought Mania started at like 7, but it started at like 6. All right.
Yeah.
So I went to turn on the pre-show that I normally just have in the background, and it's halfway. It's Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley. But
yeah.
I didn't want to watch half the match, so basically stopped it, waited half an hour, jumped on. Luckily, got right after the Rhea match. JD comes over. We end up watching the WrestleMania. Now, if
Night
you
1, yeah.
for the American listeners will understand this, because it's a live event, you can't pause or rewind that live show. It has to finish taping first, and then it will get uploaded, and then you can use those functions.
I miss the old network because of that.
Yeah. So the problem is, though, is this takes about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on the length of it. So I wanted to watch Rhea, and by the time it actually came up, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning or something. And my wife was already going to bed. I didn't want to watch it without her. So we watched it kind of pre day 2. So that's the match I want to talk about first. Is Rhea versus Becky Lynch. So again, we have this judgment thing where the first match of Mania kind of sets the tone. So generally, if it's bad, you're gonna get a bad Mania. If it's good, you're probably gonna get an okay Mania out of it. Okay. This match was amazing. There was so many cool little bits to it. These guys had some really good set pieces that they did together. Again, it just shows you that Rhea Ripley is a beast. Because I mean, there was a part where she double power bombed Becky Lynch, and I mean,
did see highlights of that.
Yeah, it was.
I thought it was impressive.
It was a monster amount of strength that she put into that match, and it was both of them did great. And you got Rhea has a wrist injury in real life, and Becky basically just got an overstripped throat. So that takes a lot to get in the ring when you got over something like strep, and that's it. The next night they're like, okay, you're not contagious anymore. Out you go to the ring. Man, that must have just been draining.
Yeah.
But you didn't really see it too much in Becky's in the actual match. Becky did really well pushing it, and like I said, there was some great set pieces. An electric chain, so going into an electric chair. I mean, there's an electric chain. That's the WWE.
What kind of match is this? We got the electric chain and the electric chair.
But yeah, it was really cool. Rhea, of course, when Becky got a pop, Rhea got an explosion.
Oh yeah.
But the cool thing is Rhea came down to the ring, and Motionless in White, the band that actually sing her song, This Is My Brutality.
Yeah.
They were there and sung her song live for her.
Of course.
It was really cool. It was
no, it could be cool. I just don't like that.
Yeah, it was
all right.
And then you're just like, oh, coming to the ring, a wrestler. Ding ding.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It's Mania. It is the
I don't
one
care.
time.
They play the music. Coming down the aisle, weighing at 345 pounds from Glens Falls, New York. Here is Hacksaw Jim Duncan. Hey, and he walks into the ring. There he is, Hacksaw, and he's going to lock up with Greg Valentine right now. But this is WrestleMania. Anything can happen. Boom. That's what I want to happen. That's what I
can see that happen. From your opinion for every other wrestling match. This is the one time of the year where you are allowed pomp and circumstance and a lot of it.
No. Yes. I don't think so.
Yes, you even go back to that. You even go back to the 80s.
Yes.
The first Manias, they were still pomp and circumstance, get to the ring.
Yes, it was get to the ring, but you know what they all had? It was the curtain and the WF logo above it, and they got to the ring, and it made it seem more than it was. It made them seem larger than life.
I'm going to prove you wrong right now, okay?
Even Joe Panther agrees with me.
What is more cool? The Undertaker coming out of the gorilla, right, and walking to the ring slowly, or Undertaker on the back of a goddamn hearse.
That both of them, but there was no okay. He was riding the hearse, but all he did was come through the curtain with the WF logo. There wasn't the thunder. There wasn't all this bullshit where it was 36 minutes to get to the ring. Was that stuff cool? Yes. but I'm just like
celebration
the ring.
for that intro. I want a celebration. I want to be pumped and hyped before they've even walked out of that curtain. And that you got to admit that the way it is done in the new era, it has worked.
I'm not saying it
up.
didn't work. I'm just saying I don't like it.
Where
I
would
don't need
Cody
all that
Rhodes
bullshit.
be without
okay.
whoa.
Screw you.
Where would Seth
No.
Rollins
We're
be?
getting into this. Because did I ever say it's not cool? No, it's cool when you have the big Titantron that's 94 stories high and it just says their name on it. You have smoke and fireworks and sparklers doing whatever. Okay, is that cool? But is it cool when I take 22 minutes to get to the ring? No. I just personally I just want to see them come through the curtain, get down to the ring, and wrestle a goddamn match. I don't need all that extra stuff. Is it cool? Yes. But could I go without it? Absolutely. And that's where I like to go. I'm not saying I want to go back to the 80s, but I just think how many times have I been at your house? Oh my God, just get to the ring and wrestle. Holy cow. You know, what are they getting paid by the step by a sponsor here because they're holding a Ruffles bag that the more steps I take and the more I hold up this Ruffles bag and the longer I take to get there with all the flashing lights, are we going to get paid more? Jesus Christ. And I don't know how I got into flipping Ruffles right there, but that just came in the pay-per-view we watched. It was Ruffles Slam or whatever it was, SummerSlam, Ruffle Slam. Just get to the ring and goddamn wrestle.
I gotta disagree, man.
I know you are. I know you do.
I mean, I understand sometimes it can go a little overboard. Like it always gets me is Karrion Kross's intro. It takes so goddamn long and it's boring.
Dude, even Virgil took quicker to do that, and he didn't charge you anything extra for it.
Yeah, it was. I hate Karrion Kross's entrance because it takes so long. There's a difference. Like I think there's a balance between length of intro, and how pumped you're going to be. Obviously, with Cody Rhodes, it got to the point where they started replaying his song twice, because people were still chanting it. So now they kind of cut it down a little bit, but
even Macho didn't take that long to get to the ring.
But it's just how it's developed. You got to remember that the kids of the new generation, especially the PG-13 generation, they grew up with things like G.I. Joe, like me and you. They grew up with loud explosion stuff. That's fun. That's, they grew up in the era of that, and it's just increased over time. When I first saw the 3D floating AR reality thing that they have now, especially when they do matches and things like that, and the SmackDown logo, when I first saw that for the intros, I hated it. I thought it was really corny, really cheesy, and I hated it because when they kind of did a 3D render of someone like Roman Reigns, prime example, it looks terrible. It looks absolute garbage. It doesn't look like Roman Reigns. It's like a Monet, but
so wait a minute. You just said Roman Reigns was garbage.
I mean, his intro part. So
yeah.
I don't know. I hated it at the beginning. Now I can see the benefit of it. It allows them to do more stuff with it. I mean, the Cody Rhodes one's great when you see it on the screen and the skull comes together. I mean, some of them are legitimately fun to watch. The KO one, where it's a brick wall and a big, not bowling ball, a wrecking ball smashes through it. They're fun. And now I've incorporated them into the overall thing. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But for me, I think
that's
like
cool,
that.
though. You like that. I've never said it wasn't cool, but I'm just, after a point, I'm just like, just get to the ring and wrestle. But anyway, getting back to the match, I'm surprised. I was expecting Becky Lynch to walk away with the strap.
You know what? I was
Okay.
50-50 going into it.
Yeah.
I didn't know
I knew
which way
that.
to call it. I'm like, it would make so much sense for Becky to take it now,
Yeah.
but it makes so much sense if Rhea keeps it. Because if Rhea keeps it, she is the one chick now who can back up what they say. I won the champion, and everybody since I won this champion, I have busted through the ground.
And here's what I think is, I've said this before, at least for the women's, I think the world title is and it should be, is a higher tier than the WF Women's Championship.
Yeah,
Okay. It's worth more. There's more value to it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I can't say the same for the men's title, the world title. See, if you look at WWE and world, your world title should be the Mecca. It should be the highest tier. For the women, that's true. For the men, Seth Rollins did good with it, but it was kind of just there. Okay. Didn't have the same value, I think.
Prestige,
yeah. Now, but for the women's, it makes sense. Is I'd rather see Rhea hang on to Big Gold there. I'm going to call it Big Gold. Big Gold, even though it's not Big Gold, rather than having which I think would be a step down, the WWE Women's Championship.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I think the women's titles are now. But no, I think it's a good idea. Let her. I think they should ride this as long as they can. I'm not saying doing a Roman Reigns 3-year type thing, but I think they should let this ride for a while. How long has she had that belt now?
Not even a year.
Okay, not even a year?
Well, a little over a year now, because she won it last Mania against Flair. Well, because remember, she won that belt, and then the next week they traded it in for the world title.
Yeah. So I think let her ride a little more. Leave her as the champ, because one, it's, even though she's a bad guy, she's very popular with it.
Yep.
I think Rhea's almost to the point of her career she doesn't need a belt. There's a lot of wrestlers getting like that where she doesn't need a belt or a strap to be popular, to be a main eventer, to be popular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, but I was surprised though. There was just something telling me I thought they were going to have Lynch walk away with it. But
I was 50-50 the whole way, but then that double rip tide at the end, like, you're dead. It just came off so well.
I think, I don't want to say Lynch's time is done, because it's not. But there's certainly not, the popularity's still there. But she's certainly not, no pun intended, she's not the man anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You see where Ripley's at, her position. Okay. Whether she has the title or not. Remember, that's where Big Time Bex was a few years ago. You get what I'm saying? She was the person. She was, just like how when LA Knight came back, look how the crowd reacted to LA Knight. Like, dude, he was on top, and no one could, as far as popularity, no one can touch him. Yeah. Bex is still there, but she's not the person anymore.
Yeah, no, it's Rhea is the person.
Rhea Ripley's the person now. So why stop that?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway.
I'm just praying that when Flair comes back, they don't have Flair beat Rhea for it.
I don't think they will. I think they're going to have Flair go against the other title,
which would be Bailey now.
Bailey, yeah. That would be Bailey's. Yeah, the Big W. I call it Big W now.
Big W.
Literally, that's all it is.
Big Gold and Big W.
Big W. That's all it is now. It's a big belt with a W on it. So anyway, but yeah, that was surprised. I mean, do I like Rip? Because audience and Logan knows, I'm still real sweet on Ripley. So, she looks good, but she could wrestle.
Yeah. God damn, can she wrestle?
Yes, she can.
Yeah. I mean, she's like, yeah, when they say people are like dominant in the ring. She is the meaning of that.
Dominant.
Yeah. She is the absolute meaning of that. So the next match I want to talk about.
Yes. What is the next one?
It's actually day 2 first match. And
Okay,
we've got Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre.
Okay, I didn't see this one, but there is one that I want to talk about in a little while. But yeah, let's talk about McBiscuits, Biscuits, and
Rollins.
Seth Rollins there, or whatever his name, Seth freaking Rollins. Yeah.
So the night before, obviously on night 1, it was Cody and Seth versus Rock and Roman,
which is terrible.
It was not
Sorry,
good.
that was not good.
It wasn't a great match at all. But Seth got the bejesus beat out of him, which was kind of fun to see. But
yeah, that's terrible.
No, because the funny thing is, right, is I have come to love Biscuits, Drew McIntyre, as a heel.
I thought you you love him as a heel.
As a heel.
Okay, that makes
works so well as that smug, I'm right kind of heel. He's not doing it because he wants to be an arsehole. He's doing it because he needs to help us in some way or save us or something like that. It's always, he's doing it for us. He's just a willing hero to it. But the match was great. Like Seth got annihilated. Like the bell rings, ding, 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 Claymore. Within 2 seconds, Claymore.
Okay.
And a pin, 1-2, kick out. Seth gets up, another Claymore. Like, I think in the whole match, Drew landed like 8 Claymores.
Is it all it was Claymores?
No. That's the cool thing is Claymore. Second Claymore. Then Seth gets into it. Now there's some actual wrestling going on. There's a lot of stuff on the bottom with holding and kind of working out where they want to be and so on. But it was smart because I think what Drew was going through was how are you feeling? Is it all right? Because he legitimately got the shit beat out of him on night 1. But so yeah, they took their time a little bit getting into it. But it was explosion, like the set pieces. This match was literally set piece and then 30 seconds of wrestling, set piece, 30 seconds of wrestling, and it worked. Normally, set piece matches, they work when they're special, 1 or 2. And normally that's something big in the middle of the ring, and then it's normally the end, the finisher. Those are usually the 2 set pieces you look for. This one had about 10. And they were phenomenal. The way it flowed together was absolutely phenomenal. Really good. Like Drew McIntyre just beating the crap out of Seth Rollins, then getting out the ring, pulling out a phone, taking a selfie with himself and the crowd, sending it and getting back in the ring and fighting again was hilarious. And the funny thing was Austin Theory did that kind of thing. But it wasn't funny with Austin Theory. With Drew McIntyre, it just sparked something. It was fun. Needless to say, the match was a gorgeous set piece extravaganza. But the best bit was the end. So, of course, spoilers for everything Mania.
No.
Drew wins. Ding, ding.
Uh-oh.
The crowd gets behind it. And I think what they get behind it was because Drew set out to do what he said he was going to do, and he didn't really cheat or anything to do it. He never really lied about it either. He was very upfront. So when he won, everyone went nuts, and I think it was just the excitement of title changing hands as well. But the crowd went nuts, and then Drew gets out the ring and goes and shoves the title in CM Punk's face and starts like just getting on him. He's getting spicy. So Punk sweeps his leg, knocks him on the table, takes off his arm brace, smacks him in the head with it. Drew's like out on the floor. And then the Judgment Day music plays, and out runs Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley and Mysterio and everyone. He cashes in the briefcase, gets Drew in the ring, does an absolutely beautiful South of Heaven. And you got to remember, Drew McIntyre's like 270 odd pounds. Like Drew did half the work here, obviously, but the athleticism that Drew made Priest look like he had came off just perfectly. And then, of course, Damian 1, 2, 3 wins the belt. Drew was
when I heard about that, I was like, about time, because sometimes when people have that briefcase, it starts getting old. And it was just starting to get old with Priest carrying it around, and the couple times he tried to cash it in. But no, I'm glad they did it this way.
I was happy with it.
It was nice. Yeah. I mean, I didn't see the match. I saw the highlights, but I'm like you said, I was happy with how they did it.
Yeah,
and you like Priest, so you're happy to see him get a belt there, get the world belt there.
Yeah, and the funny thing is Priest was one of the I always watched the press afterwards. Now the press tour bit,
the press conferences. Yeah,
thank you. I watched that afterwards, more to see Triple H and they get the stats and things. But Damian Priest came out, and a lot of the questions were like, "How's it feel being like the first Puerto Rican to win the world title?" So and so, like stuff like that. And he was like, "You know what? 10 years ago, I was homeless. I was living on the streets, and from that, I'm the world champion because I put the work in." It was a really good interview that he did. It was very well done.
Seriously.
But all in all, a really good match. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. So, do I want to talk about the Cody Rhodes match? Yeah, I think I'm going to have to. Let's do that one then. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Yay. So, is he going to finish the story? That's been the question for months now. He had to. I swear, if he hadn't have won, the crowd would have rioted. I mean, they would have set that stadium on fire. They were so hot for Cody. It was just crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, of course, we get Cody's stunning entrance as per normal. Big explosions. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Comes down to the ring. Everyone's loving it. Then comes out Roman. The crowd don't know whether to boo or to cheer for him, which was just fun to watch and like not make up their minds. But again, another great thing came down, and it was. I'm going to say this. I'm going to sum this match up quite quickly because there's not really anything new here. We saw this exact same match last Mania. It's the exact same match, basically. But yeah, I mean, it was a fun match to watch. There was highlights. The best part was the end twists, where Rock turned up, started trying to beat on Cody. Beforehand, Seth Rollins had come down. We've got who else came down? Seth Rollins came down. I'm trying to look at my notes, by the way. Okay, so you've got Jey Uso. Jimmy Uso comes to the ring, which then Jey Uso comes down. They take each other on. Solo then comes to the ring, beats up on Cody for a while.
Yeah.
And then John Cena comes down.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Seth Rollins comes down. The Rock comes down. And then the stadium goes dark and you hear dong.
Dong. I did see that. And I thought of you. You were going to have a heart attack.
I literally jumped. And you know how bad shape I am physically with my legs. I jumped off the couch.
Yes.
I was so excited. He appeared out of nowhere, and it was just so well how it was done. Choke slam the Rock, and then dong, he was gone again. It was awesome.
Well, did you see the behind the off-camera stuff of how they did that?
I've not seen it yet.
Okay, where the lights go off and then you see him run in real quick, get in, and bong, and then he's there, choke slam. I mean, it's cool. You got to look for it.
Yeah, they actually were releasing a thing, and it came out on Wednesday. I've not actually watched it yet, but it's a behind the scenes footage of WrestleMania, like how they made stuff work, things like that.
They do that. They do that every year, I think, or every once in a while they do that. Yeah.
So this one had, I think Taker, Triple H, and Cody Rhodes like go through it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then Taker disappears. Then the Shield theme hits, and
I did see the highlights of this. Yeah.
Then down comes Seth Rollins dressed up in Shield stuff. Roman has a chair. He could have smacked Cody in the head with a chair. He Superman punches Seth. Instead, he picks up the chair again. And it was 10 years later, the betrayal got revenged. So he hit Seth Rollins in the back with the chair. But unfortunately, that gave Cody enough time to kick the shit out of him. Cody won. That was it.
Yeah, I saw that coming. You know what?
We all saw that coming.
It came down to being predictable.
Like I said, the wrestling match of this was the same wrestling match we saw last year.
You know what, though?
The last 10 minutes of it were where you really want the surprises.
Yeah. You know what, though? Through the last 3 years, how many times were we complaining about Roman having his belt? No one beat him. I mean, we went through Kevin Owens thinking he was going to pin him with a forklift to who else was he fighting? Who else did he fight over the time? It was Kevin Owens. It was someone,
Remember Kevin Owens? We watched him. Cody, he did once already.
Cody.
Lesnar.
LA Knight, Lesnar a couple times, and so on and so on. Logan Paul, okay. And so how many times was just like, okay, I just don't like him. It's getting old, him having something. And we were both agreeing with that. But also I would be hypocritical by saying they got to go old school and let this person have this belt for a while, let him sink in, let you really get vested with them, So I think we were in the beginning of year 2, or we were a quarter of the way through year 2, where I think I told you, I'm like, kind of digging this Roman Reigns thing now.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at me and go, so am I.
Yeah.
And I went, I think I'm understanding what they're doing now. Like you look back over the last 18, almost 2 years, and you're kind of going, I see what they're trying to do. Then you start to appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay. So another year goes by with, again, we're just like, oh man, not another Roman Reigns belt, match again, because you would even say this. What's going to happen is they're going to fight. It's going to be a really good match. And then the Usos are going to come down, interfere, and Roman's going to win. That's what we were getting tired of.
Yeah.
So now here we are. It was over 3 years. He was the champion. He loses. Cody wins. And I'm starting to go, damn, I'm going to miss this era of Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going, it's done. It's over. If he wins the belt back again, he's got to start all over again. It's over. As much as we were complaining about it through those 3 years and some change, I'm going to miss it now. And this goes under the old adage, you don't know what you have until it's gone. Or you didn't know what you have until it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just went, that's it. Now we're back to normal, quote unquote normal, where you're going to have a new champ every 5 months or something,
Well, we'll see, because like I say, Cody's mad popular at the moment.
Well, I know. And what I did like is I saw the little excerpt from Monday Night Raw where you had the Usos and the Paul Heyman walking over to the champ's locker room, and it had Rhodes's name on it, and they were all angry. And and Heyman was like, "Listen, winning and losing means everything here. The tribal chief lost, which means this isn't his dressing room. This isn't his locker room anymore. It isn't our locker room anymore. So that's the price we had to pay for the tribal chief, or whatever he said." But I like that little skit, how they did that.
Yeah, actually,
yeah.
Did you see it later on as well, where the new guy, Haku's son, joined the bloodline?
Who's Haku's son? I know who you're talking about. I can't remember the name.
Timur.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
Haku. King Tonga. King Haku. Yeah.
So, yeah, his son joined Raw that night. But it was funny, actually. Like, Solo came down to the ring with Paul Heyman and Jimmy Uso. And basically, they killed Jimmy Uso. I mean, they absolutely killed him. And then Haku's son came in and killed him some more. And the funny thing is, the greatest part of this is Paul Heyman throughout this whole thing. Because now you get this feeling that, like, Paul Heyman's not in the loop and he has to do what they say. Otherwise, they're going to beat him up. And it was really fun how Paul played it off. Very well done. But, yeah, like I said, it was a good match. Just, if you don't want to re-watch the whole match, just watch it from like 10 minutes to the end. And, the twists are all the fun bits. Cody won. I think the greatest thing of the whole night was Samantha Irvine saying, your new undisputed winner. Where her voice was all shaky. It was the cutest thing ever. It was so cool. I
like the Samantha, the announcer. But when she was doing the night one announcements for Cody and the Reigns and the Rock and all that, you could have shopped for a new home, ordered a pizza, drove to New York City to see a Broadway show, and drove back by the time that introduction was over.
That's the point. It's part of the pomp.
What I was sitting there. I could not say anything anymore. I think I've made your wife mad. Where I'm going, for the love of God, just let them wrestle, announce them already. Every word, you don't have to draw every syllable out the 30 seconds. I'm just like, holy cow. I'm like, I can't be the only one sitting here going, holy cow, is this taking long enough? Anyway, I'm not crapping on her or anything. It's just like, I was ready to pull what was left of my hair out.
For the listeners
audience
at home, JD just hates anything fun and cool.
I don't hate anything fun. It was just too damn long. That's what she said. It was just too damn long. Okay, announce them. You don't have to draw it out to where it's a 15-minute announcing of the wrestlers.
This is how JD would do the announcing. In this corner, this dude. In that corner, that dude. Ding, ding, ding.
No, it would be in this corner at a combined weight of XXX. You have Cody Rhodes and you have Seth Rollins. In the opposite corner at a combined weight of whatever, you have the great one, The Rock, and the World Wrestling Federation champion, Roman Reigns.
Yeah, but you missed out on Seth's championship as well.
Whatever. That's not the point. Who has the championships? It's just, see, that could have been done real quick. Ladies and gentlemen.
And the other 99.9% of us would have rioted.
In the left corner. Weighing at, I'm going, oh my God. Anyway. Yeah, damn it.
So
this thing's got to move quicker.
So all in all, those are the three matches I want to talk about.
I got one.
You want to talk about a match?
I want to talk about a match.
Go for it.
Okay. Gunther and Sami Zayn. You had to be surprised.
Surprised, yes. Disappointed, yes.
Oh, okay. Disappointed that they dropped the belt to Zayn?
Yeah,
Or
I mean,
disappointed in what Gunther did?
Disappointed in they dropped the belt. I
was surprised. That I think they put on a good. Was it a fun match to watch? Yes. Okay. I think they did a little too much with the Mrs. Zayn out there, Sami Zayn, which we all wanted to know who the person was sitting next to Mrs. Sami Zayn. I had a feeling as the match progressed and Gunther started to interact with his wife a little more, like, look at him now, he's nothing, that type of shtick. Letting her know I'm about to punish her and all, or punish him and all that. But here's why I'm glad they did it, though. You've heard me say this, I think, on this show many times, is the belt didn't help Gunther. Gunther gave that belt creed again, that Intercontinental belt. He made it worth something again. Okay, and usually it's the other way around. You have to agree with that. But just with how they did it with Gunther, he helped make that belt have meaning again. And he had it, he beat Honky Tonk Man's record. So it was 666 days, right? On that evening, or 665 or something like that?
666 that day.
600, so triple sixes. The match was good. Obviously, you saw everything you wanted to see out of it. He came down. You're not going to see a Gunther match without a chop fest. I liked it. There were some great, fabulous things they did in that match. You saw Gunther try to get up. Was it Gunther came down from the top rope, and the way he landed, it was Sammy was supposed to do something that he didn't do.
It ended up being like a brain buster.
Yeah. So, but I'm glad they dropped it to him, because I think I said this to you, is you're gonna see Gunther probably take a little break, but he's gonna be not that he wasn't main event material anymore, but he's on the next tier now. I think you could say he's not a mid-carder anymore.
I agree, but no, I just didn't feel like Sammy deserved it, kind of thing. Because I mean, like, since him, I really don't know how to explain it. It's like they just threw Sammy into this like 2 weeks ago, whereas you had a huge story with Chad Gable that ran for like 2 months, before he actually fought Gunther, and the match was 10 times better.
See, I agree with you, but like I said, at the same time, I was happy because now Gunther's on the next rung of the ladder. But, and this is going to sound terrible, I know I'm probably going to get hate mail for this, and the audience is going to be pissed off, but do I like Sami Zayn? Yes. Is he entertaining to watch, especially when he's doing his... Dude, it's like watching Santino Marella, dude. You're going to laugh. The stuff he does is just entertainment, man. But I think that belt's going to get clowned again.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be just another worthless belt. It's, you know what I mean by getting clowned. It's just, it's the value of the gold is going to significantly drop now.
We'll see what happens in the next 6 months. If it changes hands like in the next 3 months, then I was just going to jump around.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Because I thought the match was okay. It was pretty decent. But again, it was like, I was shocked at the ending. I don't think Sammy really is a good caretaker for the belt. I would have given it to get Chad, but that's just me. But yeah, I mean, all in all, I'm going to say this I'm going to sum up this Mania in one word: fun.
Fun. It was fun.
There was some fun matches, some really good matches. There wasn't really a bad match on the roster.
So
Everything
you
was
would
fun.
You would say this WrestleMania was better than NWO Sold Out.
It's hard because NWO's up there.
Okay,
They didn't have garbage trucks at Mania. So I mean, how do I know it's important?
Whoa. So
Just
microphone.
ripped his microphone off the desk.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Let's go through this for a minute, and the audience is going to, I think, have fun with this. How many WrestleManias do you think you have seen out of 40? So we know you've seen in the last. We know you've seen WrestleMania 40 now, 39, 38, 37, right? So that's at least
After 40, I've seen from 35 to 40.
You've seen 35 to 40, so that's 5 right there.
I've seen on let's say the early decade.
You've seen 2, WrestleMania 2.
2, 3.
You've seen 3.
No. 3 is
not
the one
the whole
I've
thing.
seen. Not the whole thing.
Not the whole thing.
What did I watch review? 2.
We've watched. Okay, we reviewed for our audience. Here. I'll go through the WrestleManias that we reviewed. We've seen WrestleMania 2. We watched and reviewed that one. WrestleMania 11, which you really enjoyed. And I don't think we've watched any of the older WrestleManias. 19, we watched WrestleMania 19.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was Hulk versus Vince. Okay, I'm not going to have to remember here. I might have to go to our list.
Our library of shows conveniently located at ringthebellradio.com, where you can listen to all of our podcasts from the last decade.
Okay, so we have watched. No, I think that was it, because we haven't reviewed too many WrestleManias.
I know
that the fans have asked us to watch, right?
I've done a bunch of Manias from like 6, 7, I think, and then all the way up to like 15 now.
Okay, so on the show now, we've watched we've watched and reviewed WrestleMania 11. Okay, well, I know we did WrestleMania 2. We've watched WrestleMania 19. We reviewed that one on our program. And WrestleMania 14 we reviewed. Okay. Other than that, other than what I know you've seen, those are the only WrestleManias we've reviewed, past WrestleManias.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've seen more than that, I know.
I've done most of the 20s because I watched the Shawn Michaels Undertaker matches, both of those, then the Triple H match, and I think that was 29.
So where I was going with this is, out of 40 WrestleManias, out of the ones that you've seen, because there's still WrestleManias that I don't think I've seen. It's not a big list. It's a couple. Okay. Just from those few years. Actually, you know what? I might have seen every WrestleMania. I don't remember. Where would you rank this on your list of WrestleManias? I can't answer this one yet because I have to watch day 2 still.
It's hard because it's hard judging WrestleManias on like whose is better than whose, because again, this WrestleMania had some good matches, some okay matches, but the overall part of it was fun. If you go back to like 26, 27, Michael's Undertaker WrestleManias, there are some great matches. There are some bad matches.
That's every WrestleMania.
Yeah, but this was, everything was okay. There was nothing that I would look at and say that was a bad match.
Would this be in your top 5?
Yeah, easily.
Okay.
Probably my top 3.
Yeah,
because
you know what my favorite WrestleMania is, and it's never gonna lose the number 1 position, is WrestleMania 6.
Yeah.
Okay, there's just something about that WrestleMania. It's just like, wow. Anyway. No, but I would throw one of the Undertaker WrestleMania. It had the one with the Undertaker, Shawn Michaels.
That's 26.
26. There's something about WrestleMania 17 that I like. It just had a different aura to it. You've never seen 17, huh?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Who's the main?
17 was no, let me think here. Hold on. That was the gimmick battle royal because I think WrestleMania 18 was Rock Hogan. So we're gonna have to go to the Google machine for this one. Looking up WrestleMania X7, they called it. That was Rock and Stone Cold.
Ah, good WrestleMania.
Okay.
I have seen that one.
Yeah, WrestleMania X7. That's when they were doing that X7, X8. You know what I mean? And then 18 was the Rock and Hogan. Okay, but that wasn't the main event. And WrestleMania 17 has the gimmick battle royal in it, which was pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you have 40 WrestleManias now. My first WrestleMania I ever watched live was WrestleMania 4.
I think mine was 6 or 7. Undertaker Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior.
That's 6. That's WrestleMania 6.
You sure? Then
yeah,
that was the first one that I ever saw live because
that was 1990.
My dad actually purchased a pay-per-view so we could watch it at home. So yeah, I remember that. I remember watching that one.
So my first WrestleMania was 1988 then. My dad had to go to the cable company and get the closed circuit box because it really wasn't pay-per-view yet. I mean, it was, but you had to go get the closed circuit pay-per-view box where we watched WrestleMania 4. Yeah, we're old, audience. We're old and wise.
I wouldn't say about wise, but definitely old.
No, we're wise, damn it. Yeah. So, yeah, you got 40 WrestleManias. You have a lot of 40 years worth. This is the first. No. Yes, it is. Is this the first Mania that's who free?
Who? Oh, you mean VW? VM?
VKM. Yes.
Yeah. In fact, here's the kicker. I want to talk about this real quick and then we'll wrap up here.
Yeah.
On the Hall of Fame, which was the Friday night, Paul Heyman was honored. Paul Heyman actually came out first, which was weird because normally the biggest star comes out last. That's how they just keep everyone there. But Paul came out first, and Paul's speech was about 35 minutes long, and it was phenomenal. But at the beginning, before he starts congratulating people or talking about stuff, he goes, I want to tell you, there's one man here that basically has given us a new lease of life backstage, where creative decisions are actually encouraged. And I, from now on, want to be known as a Paul Levesque guy. From now on,
yes.
All right, so that was part one. So that everyone keeps on, Michael Cole throws it out there a couple of times, but Triple H had said this is the start of a new era. Okay, that things were going to change, that things are coming for the better. Night 2, Stephanie comes out and does basically the same spiel, but this time she calls it the Paul Levesque era. And it just caught on now. So everyone's calling it the Paul Levesque era or the Paul Triple H Levesque era.
Yeah.
It was the first Mania without him.
Yeah.
It was pretty much all Paul. This was
Good.
all Paul. And and I tell you what, like I said, the last time this happened, when Triple H and Stephanie took over the first time, and those pay-per-views after they came back were phenomenal. It really took what we could see now happening. And this was about 2 years ago, right after the pandemic, that kind of bit there. And then, of course, VM comes back into the fold, and you see those pay-per-views significantly go down in value again. And now this Mania, by like what Triple H said, by every metric, this was the greatest Mania. By every metric.
Yeah, on paper, it was the greatest Mania.
Yeah. So, and I can see that. I mean, it was a good show.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let us know what you think, whether it be on Facebook. Send us a message on the X or a tweet, whatever you want to call it. Message us on Instagram. You can email us at ringthebellradio@gmail.com. Let us know what you thought about this WrestleMania, and don't forget about send us a clip about doing a imitation of King Logan here. He will judge them, he will rate them, and he will get you a prize. And also let us know what your favorite WrestleMania is and how far back do you go. Now, I'm not saying that how far back did you go and watch them. What was the year that you watched your first WrestleMania?
What was your first Mania?
Mine was 1988, WrestleMania 4. It was on that night. Coming to you live from Atlantic City, Trump Plaza. It was the tournament to decide the undisputed World Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion. Macho Man won it that day with the help of Hulk Hogan. He defeated the $1 Million Man who had Andre the Giant in his corner. And that's all I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you how he won and what circumstances led to that situation. But there is one way you can find out. Go and watch it on the network. Pop in the DVD if you have it, or VHS or Betamax. Think we're showing our age right there, King Logan?
Damn right.
But anyway, I think that's it. We discussed a little bit of WrestleMania of 40. Rabbi, twice we're getting sued now.
Wow.
DJ Barris is probably arrested by now.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
What's the news?
He's out in Philadelphia there thinking WrestleMania is happening right now. So other than that, I don't have anything else.
The only thing I have to say is next week I will give you guys a rundown, because Friday night I will be at SmackDown.
Oh, yes. Yes.
SmackDown is coming to Pittsburgh. I will be attending with my wife. So I'll give you guys a quick rundown next show about how it was.
Yes, I expect your report. Okay, your SmackDown report. Let us know how it goes. And I'm going to leave a memo on your desk here in the office. What we're going to be talking about next week. Or do you just want me to tell you now?
Just tell me now.
Okay, audience, you're going to want to tune in for this one. Our next program, we're going to talk about wrestlers. Doesn't matter if they're a heel or a face. Wrestlers that could have been great. So think on that one. Whether it be a wrestler's gimmick or just if they didn't have a gimmick, they were just being themselves. And what wrestlers do you think really missed the boat because they weren't just given the correct chance? Or certain people just decided to give up on it. I'm talking backstage people just decided to give up on it and what could have and should have been. So you get what I'm saying there.
Sounds like a plan.
Wrestlers who could have been great. So anyway, yeah, audience, you're going to want to tune in for that one. So for the kingliest king of kings, that's King Logan sitting over there.
I do before we go, I do want to say thank you to my magnanimous and amazing fans because I didn't do it on the intro.
No, you didn't. We were too worried about with the Barris one. So okay, that's King Logan. I'm JD. We'll see you.